I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, June the 11th, 2015. CEO of French telecom giant Orange, Stéphane Richard, landed in Israel today, beginning a two-day visit to the country. Richard's Israel trip is an effort to clarify remarks he made last week in Cairo that some saw as his caving to the BDS boycott, divestment, and sanctions campaign. Richard had said he would end a licensing deal with Israeli affiliate partner tomorrow if he could, later stating that that decision was business and not against Israel nor part of any campaign. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had invited Richard to come to Israel and explain in person what happened. He was set to meet with Netanyahu later today. And staying with the Prime Minister, Netanyahu met with visiting U.S. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Martin Dempsey, in Jerusalem today, where the Prime Minister expressed his appreciation, admiration, and respect for the men and women of the U.S. military. Netanyahu said, "We know we have no better friends than the American people, the American governments, the American fighting men and women. You fight for America, but you also fight for freedom." Dempsey, in return, praised the strong ties between the U.S. and Israel. He said the greatest gift has been the friendship that we've managed to forge with the leaders in the IDF, and I know you're proud of them, but we are too. The government of Spain approved a law offering Spanish citizenship to descendants of Sephardic Jews. Spanish daily El País reported that those who qualify can apply for the citizenship without traveling to Spain, although they do need to have a Spanish notary and pass tests on the Spanish language and history of Spain. They also need to apply to the Federation of Jewish Communities of Spain to be vetted. The law offers citizenship to those who can prove they are descendants of Jews who were expelled from Spain in the 15th and 16th centuries during the Spanish Inquisition. Applicants do not need to give up their current citizenship. President of the Jewish community in Spain, Isaac Caro, called the passage of the law historic and emotional. He said, "A new era between the Jewish and the Hispanic world opens. Perhaps it was a bit delayed, perhaps 500 years late, but Spain came forth." Spain's Justice Minister Rafael Catala said in Parliament that when the law takes effect this October, it will open the door again to the descendants of those who were unfairly expelled from Spain. NPR host Diane Rehm is facing some criticism after an interview she did with Jewish presidential candidate Bernie Sanders. In the interview, Rehm stated as fact that Sanders has dual citizenship with Israel, to which he answers he does not. She then says she understands that he is on a list they have gotten, which he says is nonsense and not true. She then asks if there are members of Congress with dual citizenship. National Director of the Anti-Defamation League, Abe Foxman, called Rehm's questions inappropriate. Foxman said Ms. Rehm's description and follow-up question about whether other senators have dual citizenship with Israel play into classic anti-Semitic charges of dual loyalty. Such charges, he said, have been leveled for centuries and have been a catalyst for scapegoating and vilifying Jews. Foxman said Rehm should have researched the issue beforehand and should not have asked the question, period, and that it challenges not only Sanders' loyalty, but also, quote, Jewish loyalties to this country. B'nai B'rith International said Rehm's intense and offensive questioning, quote, reinforces tropes that Jews are first and foremost loyal to Israel. They said the issue goes well beyond poor journalistic judgment. Rehm has apologized, saying she made a mistake, that she should have asked Sanders about the citizenship as opposed to stating it as fact. Canadian Carol Sterling was elected chair of the World Union for Progressive Judaism. She is the first Canadian in 20 years to hold the position. Sterling previously served as senior vice chair of the WUPJ, as well as serving as president of the Canadian Council for Reform Judaism. She currently serves as governor on the Hebrew Union College Jewish Institute of Religion Board. Academy Award-winning actor Michael Douglas will arrive in Israel next week to accept the 2015 Genesis Prize. The prize is awarded by the Genesis Prize Foundation in partnership with the Office of the Prime Minister and the Jewish Agency for Israel. It recognizes individuals who have achieved excellence in their fields and to inspire others through their engagement and dedication to the Jewish community and/or to Israel. The inaugural Genesis Prize was presented last year by Prime Minister Netanyahu to former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg. Douglas will receive his award on June the 18th at the Jerusalem Theater. And turning now to our programming for tonight, Thursday, June the 11th. At 7:40, Rabbi and musician Zach Friedman plays his original melody to the Song of Moses and Miriam. That's in a seminar from the Academy for Jewish Religion. At 8 o'clock, Rabbi Rolando Matalon of Congregation B'nai Jeshurun in New York City talks about the tensions between Judaism of the diaspora and Judaism in Israel at a day honoring the memory of Rabbi David Hartman at the UJA Federation in New York City. Then at 9 o'clock tonight, Mark Golub sits down with Rabbi Uri Regev, who is president and CEO of Chidush, which promotes freedom of observance and equality in Israel. And coming up right after the news tonight, In the News. That's here on JBS and jbstv.org. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, June the 11th, 2015. I'm Teisha Bader.